Welcome back. This is another type of example. We're going to solve this by factoring, but as you can see here, we have x as a denominator. But in order to remove that denominator, we need to multiply all terms by the MGN or LCD, the least common denominator. Okay, not MGN. Common MCN. Least common denominator. Yeah. And then that's our x. So if I have 3x multiplied by x, sorry, I need to have it the same pen. So 3x multiplied by x added by 2x multiplied by, I divided by x. So I need to multiply to all the terms. And we have negative 7x. Then we have 3x squared added by 2. The x will be 1. Then we have negative 7x. Adding both sides of the equation by 7x, sorry, should be 7x. Then we have 3x squared added by 7x added by 2 is equal to 0. So this one is 2 and 1. This one is 3 and 1. So if I'm going to multiply 3 and 2, that's 6, and then plus 1. So we have 3x there. And then we have x there. Here by 2, as we said, and this one by 1 is equal to 0. And then we're going to find the roots now. 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Adding both sides of the equation by 1. Subtracting both sides of the equation by 1. Then we have 3x is equal to negative 1 divided by 3 divided by 3. Then x is equal to negative 1/3. That's our x sub 1. Then x plus 2 is equal to 0. Subtracting both sides of the equation by 2. And we have x sub 2 is equal to negative 2. You can check if we got the right roots. Another example. Here, another example that I found in a book. It says x plus 1 parenthesis square is equal to 2x squared minus 5x plus 11. What we need to do is we need to expand this first. Because we cannot do anything. The first thing that we need to do is to expand. Then we have x squared plus, this is a special product, 2x plus 1 is equal to 2x squared minus 5x plus 11. Yeah, this is smaller than this one, so I need to subtract both sides of the equation by negative x squared. That means I need to do the left hand side of the equation into 0, and we need to subtract by 2x also and by 1 also. So all of these are zeros. Then we have 0, and we have x squared minus 7x plus 10. That means we have negative 5 and negative 2. It's very easy after that. After that you have done this one, then it's easier. It's very easy to see. To factor x minus 5 and then x minus 2. Then you will is equal to 0. And our solutions are, sorry, there should not be 0 there. No 0 here. Our solutions are 6 minus 5 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. Adding both sides of the equation by 5, then we have x is equal to 5. Adding both sides of the equation by 2, then we have x is equal to positive 2. That's our x sub 2. More example coming. Another example, 5 minus 4x squared is equal to 3 times parenthesis 2x plus 1, and then we have parenthesis and then plus 2. Okay, then we have to expand this one. We have 5 minus 4x squared is equal to 6x plus 3 and then plus 2. We need to rearrange either the best thing is that we're going to do the left hand side of the equation into 0. So adding both sides of the equation by 4x squared and subtracting by 5. So adding 4x squared and subtracting by 5. So that will be 0, this will be 0. So then we have 0 there. Then we have 4x squared. We rearrange now. Plus 6x minus 2. 9. Minus this will be 0. Sorry, I forgot this. I didn't see the 2. This and this is 0. Then we only have that. Then we can only have x outside, and we have 4x plus 6. So our solution now is x and then 4x is equal to 0, sorry. 4x plus 6 is equal to 0. So our first solution is equal to 0. The second solution, we subtract both sides of the equation. Then we have 4x is equal to negative 6. Divide both sides of the equation by negative 4, by 4, not negative 4, by 4. Then we have x is equal to negative, what will be? If we divide the numerator and denominator by 2, then we have negative 3 half, or negative 1.5, or not. I live in Sweden, we use the comma. So we have negative 1.5. Okay? More example. Another example, we have parenthesis x plus 2 multiplied by parenthesis 1 minus x is equal to negative 4. Many of my students have a problem with this. They always do this. X plus 2 is equal to negative 4. Then 1 minus x is equal to negative 4. That is not true. That is not true. Like what I said, it's not true. Never do this way. So if I'm going to solve this now, if I'm going to subtract both sides of the equation by 2, then I have negative 2 there, negative 2 there, then I have x is equal to negative 6. If you try to put that one, negative 6 to the equation, then you have negative 4 and 5. Negative 4 and 5. This will be negative 4 there and negative 5 there. Then you see that you have positive 20, which is not equal to negative 4. So this one, if you subtract both sides of the equation by 1, then you have negative x is equal to negative 5, and x is equal to 5, which is except 2, which is also wrong. Okay, so never do this. This one, don't do it. Then we need to do it one more time. We have x plus 2, then 1 minus x is equal to negative 4. If we multiply, expand these products, then we have x subtracted by x squared. X times negative x is negative x squared, added by 2, subtracted by 2x is equal to negative 4. Now we can rearrange negative x squared minus x, this 2, and then by 2. And then if we add both sides of the equation by 4, so we have by 4 there is equal to 0. Then we have negative x squared subtracted by x added by 6 is equal to 0. And then we know that this should be negative 3 and negative 2 because it's positive. Okay, let's see if we can do that. And this one should be negative 1 and 1. So if we have negative 1 and negative 3, that's positive 3. It's not good. But if we have positive 1 and negative 3, that's negative 3 and negative 1 and negative 2. That's positive 2. That's good. So what we said, we have positive x and negative 3. The other one is x, negative 2. So x times x, negative x, sorry. It should be negative x here. Because we have positive 1 on the other side. We need to follow this. X times negative x is negative x squared. And then we have x times negative 3 is negative 3 x, and then we have positive 2x. That will be negative x. Okay, and then that will be positive 6. Then we are done. X minus 2 is equal to 0. Adding both sides of the equation by 2, then we have x is equal to 2, x sub 1. Negative x is equal minus 3 is equal to 0. Adding both sides of the equation by 3, then we have negative x is equal to, I should do it this way. Adding both sides of the equation by x instead. So that this will be 0, then we have negative 3 is equal to x. That's our x sub 2. More example coming. Another example that I have found in a book. 2x minus 1 divided by x is equal to negative 1. To remove the denominator x, we need to multiply it by the LCD, which is x at this time. Okay, then we have 2x times x subtracted by 1 times x divided by x is equal to negative 1 times x. Then we have 2x squared minus 1 is equal to minus x. Adding both sides of the equation by x. Then we have 2x squared, this is 0 now, plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. There is only one thing we can do with this, that is negative 1 and 1. This one is 2 and 1. We have a positive middle term, then we have 2x, we have x. We don't want to multiply 2 with negative, that's why we need to have positive there, and we have negative there. So 2 times positive 1 is 2, and then negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. So we have positive 1 is equal to 0. Then we have 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Adding both sides of the equation by 1. Then we have 2x is equal to, this is 0, is equal to 1 by 2. And we have x is equal to 1/2. Minus 1 there. Sorry. I haven't wrote the equation. Subtracting both sides of the equation by 1, and our x sub 2 is equal to negative 1. X sub 1 there. The last one, we have x plus 3 subtracted by 1 minus x is equal to negative 9. Oh wait, too high. Negative 9 divided by x. That's x plus 3, that one. As you can see here, we have our least common denominator, our least common denominator is x and 1 minus x. So we need to multiply to all of the terms in the equation. So what we need is, we have in a parenthesis, x plus 3, and then x times 1 minus x. 1 minus x divided by 1 minus x. I need to group them. And then we have negative 9 multiplied by x multiplied by 1 minus x divided by x. As you can see, this one is 1. Then we have x times x plus 3. And this one will become 1 also. Then we have 9 multiplied by 1 minus x. Expanding, we multiply x squared plus 3x is equal to negative 9 plus 9x. And then we need to add both sides of the equation by 9 and subtract by 9x. So minus 9 plus 9x. This is 0. This is 0. So we have x squared plus 12x plus minus 9. I need to remove the pointer. Is equal to 0. So we have let's see what we got. Oh, it was a disaster. I supposed to add 9 and subtract 9x. That is I was supposed to do. So add 9 and subtract 9x. Then I have 6x. No, that's negative 6x. And positive 9. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is perfect square. This is a perfect square. This is a 3 and a 3. And then if we add them, it will become 6. So negative, negative. So we have x minus 3 squared. It's a special product. Then we have x minus 3. If we take square root of both, is equal to 0. Then we have, if we both sides of the equation, if we take both sides of the add both sides of the equation by 3, then we have x is equal to 3. This is 0. That means we have a double root or a repeated root. X sub 1 is equal to x sub 2 is equal to 3, as I explained in one of my videos. Okay, next time I will be discussing solving quadratic equations by completing the squares. My favorite. Okay, see you around.